club started in 1949, 75 years. Started out in someone's living room. They found this place, the old abandoned station from Vienna. One of the members lived in Vienna, knew the mayor, and were able to work out a deal dating back to January 1977. We moved in here. We're standing in the old Vienna station, which was part of the Washington Old Dominion Railroad, which ran from Roslyn out to Bluemont. This part of the building dates from 1859, and it served the farming community of Vienna. The waiting room now is our museum, which talks about the old Washington Old Dominion Railroad, talks about Vienna and what Vienna was like, especially before World War II. This is basically just a small farming community, and the railroad served it as a passenger service into DC and also for all the farm equipment. The whole country really depended on the railroad. Even today, railroads provide a major source of moving merchandise from one end of the country to the other. And without the railroad, the country would not have developed where it is. The railroad kept closing and for passenger services, but officially the last passenger service through here was May of 1951. We did not move into here until 1977, so the building was really in disrepair. One of the conditions was that we would promote model railroading in this area. The room is 20 by 50 or 1,000 square feet, which is quite a good size for our model railroading. And this is how you get from one level to the next. It's called a helix. You go from one level. In fact, you go all the way from the top and just keep going round and round and round until you get all the way down to the bottom. This room was the old baggage room. There was no floors, no ceilings, no lights, and we had to just redo the whole interior of the building, pouring concrete, adding the walls, adding electricity, and adding all the lights. Over here, we have a scene that visitors do not see over here. It's a beautiful lumber yard. You can see the lumbers come in, the tree trunks come in here, gets broken up to do that. We are a model railroader that models Western North Carolina, part of the old Southern Railway. So we want to be very accurate of the towns from Salisbury up to Asheville. All the stations, most of them are still standing today, are replicas of the stations. And if you go see them, you say, whoa, I've seen that on your layout. So all the industries you see is what you would find in North Carolina in the 1950s. So you'll find Rexall, not CVS. You'll find the diner, not Chipotle or McDonald's. You'll see lots of lumber. You see Ethan Allen, slaughterhouses, tobacco, things like that. And all the cars you see date back from the 50s or earlier. This is where we all started. Oh, this is Washington, Atlanta. So this part is Atlanta, and that's Washington. And another project that's coming, we're going to start decorating over here. Over here, we see the trolley line. We have it by wire and by rail. We do have the capability of running the wire, running the trolleys off the wire, just like a real trolley car. We're going to go up to the highest point on the layout. And one of our college students did a 3D printing of the Asheville station. The first thing you see when you enter the train room is the Salisbury station. It's a beautiful piece of artwork. It was built from scratch to do that. And look very closely at the tower. You can see gargoyles. Those were hand carved. All the way on the other end, we have some hobos at a fire. We also have a drag race about to take place, but there's a police car that's going to stop them very soon. And the police have informed us as soon as they're done with the hot rodders, they're going to get the mountain climbers off our mountain, because we don't allow mountain climbing on our railroad. Yeah, there's so much here that people don't see. I really love a little scene over here where a car went off the cliff here. So I tell people that there were no fatalities, but there were injuries. So if you watch Channel 4 News tonight at 6 o'clock, you'll get more information. All of us had trains as a kid, admired trains. Some of us got out of the hobby. So this is an opportunity to come back to a hobby that we loved as kids, and there's something about trains that just excites us so much. Big steam engine just coming down the tracks.
Just doing some tune-up and tinkering on a brand new locomotive before I run to the bunch.
Membership is open to anybody over 14, and they participate the same way as anybody. They still have to complete all the training and everything, and they become a junior member. They demonstrate their ability by attending open houses, or what we call an operating session, to do that. And then finally they learn how to open and close the building, because as a full member you have access to the building 24/7. Our youngest member now, I believe, is either 10th grade or going into 10th grade, do that. But we have college students and people just out of college also work for us. And they're fantastic because they know 3D printing, they know computers that are way beyond some of us older folks. If you look up here, you can see a lot of the old wiring that slowly we're starting to remove as we move to Wi-Fi. To do that, and if you look up here, you can see all the turnouts, the switches. These are called tortoise switches. So lots of wiring, lots of electronics. We do still have a few members that were here in 1977. So it's just incredible that they're still with us, and a lot of new members just look to them for the history of this place. This is a picture, I think, but okay. Pete Kiernan painted all this. Unfortunately, he's deceased, but anyway, he painted this for us, did all the scenery. So a lot of different talents here, a lot of different skills. There's room for everybody. You don't have to be an artist, you don't have to know a lot about computers, but there's always something you could do to help run the railroad. So it just depends where your skills lie and what you want to know. There is room for everybody in this hobby. And we could come around and take a look at it from another angle. These are not toy trains, these are very, very detailed, lots of electronics. Includes skill in building scenery and stuff, lots of artwork. All the locomotives today that work on our railroad are all computerized. They all have a computer chip in them that you can control individually. To do that, you can control sound, you can control momentum, and this all can be controlled Wi-Fi. It's like a one-lane road, but there's two-way traffic. So you have to know what's coming at you before you go forward. All the buildings, all the models you see, we have two types here. One is stuff completely scratch built, and that's someone wants to build something, has pieces lying around, just like you have bricks lying around your house, you want to build a house, they will do that. In addition, the other type is what's known as kit bashing, where they'll take a kit out of a box, build it, but adjust it, maybe cut it down to size, add the interior lighting, add painting, adding roof scenes, adding words to it to do that. So there's an awful lot. All of it is weathered. Very few things come right out of the box. We weather it to make it look like it's been on the railroad for the last 40 years. The trees are, and we're going to be making more trees now, they're just, you can buy just little twigs to do that. And you buy foliage, just bottles of foliage, all different colors. And you try and get trees of different sizes, different colors, depending what kind of scenery you want. There's always maintenance to be done. One of the most common things is power supply. There's power coming to the track in sections, and even though the wires are all soldered, they still come loose over time, and we have to figure out where the short is and repair that.
Seems like it's gone better.
The turnouts too are also hand built, and after a while the soldering just wears out, the banging of the switches moving from open to closed position, and those have to be repaired. It's very important for the town because people have lived here for 40, 50 years and never realized we were here. In addition, they have no idea what the history of Vienna is. They have no idea that this was a farming community at one time. In addition, there's a lot of history as being part of the South and the civil rights movements that is affected by it, and we document all that. We're here every Tuesday night. If you want to learn more about model railroading or think about becoming a member, please stop by and we'll be happy to give you a tour, and we can always talk railroad with you.